Hello everyone, welcome to third video of using Excel as database. Let's get started. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. There are three steps of creating a database. This is not something that you should always follow, but these are the three steps in which we are going to learn how to use Excel as a database. In the first step, there will be only a manual entry direct in the table, then there is an output report. In the second step, we will have a separate input sheet. We are not going to enter data into the table, and then we will post data from the input sheet to the table, and then edit the old entry, and then we'll go to the output report. In the third step, we will give our database an application look. It will not be like Microsoft Excel, but it will give a separate application look, and then that will be the best way to use Excel as a database. So let's get started. Oh, I was in front of you. Sorry for that. Let me get away. Yeah, this was written and I have already read it out. So let's go to next. So our scenario is we are going to build a database. That database will contain HR data, and we are going to print the output of that database would be a HR report about a particular individual. So let's get started with this. And in this database, we will enter data into a table and we will get an output report, or that will be an output report, or that can be a dashboard report. So here we have a blank workbook. Let's save it as simple database, right? So you can't see this, so let's zoom it a bit. Yeah, so we have two sheets here. One, let's say, is this color, and the other one is, let's say, shade of blue. This is our table HR data. Let's name, you can't see this, but I'm just changing name of the sheet, and this is our output, right? So let me put it here, output, so you can know this is HR data table. Okay, so in a simple database, what we are going to do is we are going to make entry into the table directly, and then we will have a output sheet. For example, let's say in our table we have a serial number, that is the unique key, that this is the primary key through which we will identify each and every entry. And then we have name, maybe then we have let's say father's name, and then we have, let's say, address, and let me zoom it a bit. Yeah. Then we have address of that person, then date of birth, then we can have his, say, mobile number, maybe we can have his email address, then we can have his date of joining, and maybe the designation, his department, or then we can have his or her qualification, and things like that. It can be 100 column table, whatever, and we want this to we want to have a output sheet. Let's go to output and copy paste to transpose. Yeah, there was a shortcut key, but I am used to getting this. Okay, not like this, but to values. and transpose. So I have this. So if I change this number, all these values should change. So let's say VLOOKUP based on this serial number, get me result from here. Okay, comma 1 comma false, and let's have a dummy entry first. Serial number 1, name is Arthur, father name Salim, address is, let's say, Islamabad, date of birth is, let's say, 1173, mobile number is, let's say, XYZ, whatever, and then we have an email address, contact@gmail.com, and then we will have some date of joining, say 1/1/2011, and the designation is, let's say, manager, department is finance, and finance, and qualification, let's say CMA. So this is the data we have in data number 1, table data entry number 1, and then we have 1 here. So instead of getting value from the first column, let's link it to here, A4, and in A4 we can have 1. So this plus 1, we can link the result columns, and we can lock this cell reference number, and everything else is fine. No, this should be 2. Yeah, and now we can copy and paste it over here. Let's give this some output. This is XYZ company, and this is personnel data, and if we want to print it, we should print this range. So I will go to page layout, and I will say print area, set print area, that's it, and I have this. So if I have multiple records, for example, if I copy this on multiple 4, 5, and 6, let's add some current pay, and let's say this is 1000, and let's say this is multiplied by 1.1, and so on. We have different numbers here, and let's go back and say this is 12, and this is current pay. So value paste. Okay, what happened here? Okay, and we can copy this. Why this is not okay? Sorry about that. It was not linked, so I have this, and let's copy our equation, and it's saying not, because that is restricted to K, and we want to add now K to L, and let's copy it. So this is the result we have, and let's format this cell to date. Where it is? There it is. I like this format, and this should be with commas values, and we can copy this format here, and let's have this. So this is now formatted. You can't see, my bad. Yeah, still can't see. Yes, now you can see. So now what we need to do is we need to change our print area. So page layout, print area, set print area. But whenever we change the serial number, we will have the updated values. So front page difference, you can see whenever I change the serial number, my current pay is changed. So my output sheet or my report is updated like that. This is dashboard. All what else I can do, I can go to developer, insert a spinner and link it to serial number, format control and link to C3. Okay. So whenever I change this, my database automatically get my result sheet automatic get updated. So this is my output sheet. Let's go back to HR data. What I will do is I can enter a new person. Let's say Rehan Azhar, and they are in Lahore. This person is in Lahore 1195, and there is some certain number, and there is an email address, and there is a date of joining, and in sales department that has a MBA, and there is certain pay for that. So if I go to number 7, that is automatically added. So right now what I'm doing is, this is a very simple database. I go and enter into the table and I get the result. So this is the first stage. What I'm doing is I am sharing how I learned Excel, to use Excel as database I'm sharing the same steps as I learned. So this was the first step. This I have shared, that you have a table and you have an output report. So this is a simple database. In the next video, what I'm going to do, I'm going to automate it. So there will be no data entry directly in the table. I hope you were able to understand. This is how it is linked, and this was simple VLOOKUP, and this was a table in which we have values. No equation or no formula is used in this. So if you have any question, leave it in the comment, but this is a very simple database, so I hope there will not be any comment. But still, if someone has any comment, do leave them in the comment.